Welcome everybody to another episode of the Supercar Diaries and a week special. And over here we have a very special car. It's not brand new. It is the very first 488 GTB that we ever did a build on. So in 2015, this was on the Geneva Auto Show. This car was actually presented over there. 2016, we full blasted started working on these ones. And of course, it is the successor to the 458, which was that lovely, infamous, beautiful sounding, high revving, naturally aspirated V8 engine that we so sorely miss. And also it is the predecessor to the F8, which already has the lovely V8 engine with the twin turbochargers. This one smack in the middle with a 3.9 litre twin turbocharged engine. We've got to accept that it makes proper noise, especially now with the Novitec exhaust system on it. But the power upgrade on this car, on this engine, kicking out 772 horsepower and 898 Newton meters of torque, sending all of that to the rear wheels only. And speaking of wheels, how do you guys actually love these wheels? I mean, are they not just ridiculous? Would something like this look, there's a bee. This thing is a big, massive flower. Do you guys think these wheels would still work nowadays, or is it a little bit crazy with the two-tone? I think NF10, you know, in my opinion, just works very, very well. This, yeah, I suppose it was an era. Would this still go? What do you think? And brake calipers, don't you think red would have been really nice? Anyways, stunning, looks lovely. Let's talk a bit about what we've done on this car back in those days, similar to nowadays. You will recognize, if you've been on the channel for quite a while, that we do carbon fiber in the front, these two center pillars with that centerpiece, the wraparound carbon fiber bits just pointing the direction to this wheel. I have no idea what it's called, sitting very, very nice and snug under this Ferrari body with our sport suspension. Moving on along the sides, we've got these darkened little indicator lights. I used to love those, so sexy. Also see them on the 458, then this triangle here in carbon fiber and this little bit here, just a little accent on your mirror, not the complete mirror cap in carbon fiber, which I think would have looked really sick with this car. Big side skirts on the side, visible carbon fiber, as often with our cars, some little something happening there towards the back, most of the time that also being functional for the airflow. And this, very funny enough, that we filmed the SF90 today, a lovely white one. If it's on the channel, probably put a link up there somewhere. And they also have, logically, these lovely air intakes on the side feeding air to the engine. Now that carbon part actually sits as a T or a Y down this way. It's been extended. The same has happened here. Lovely little addition. Just breaks the body of carbon fiber with this yellow shoulder over here. Of course, massively housing the bigger rear tires as well. We don't have too much carbon fiber going on here, but there's a lot more happening at the back of the car, bits and pieces. So let's swap around this side and see this massive carbon fiber extended, lifted, floating rear wing over here in carbon fiber with the carbon fiber brackets. Looking pretty sexy. I'm not sure because it kind of hugs towards the front, which is the opposite side where the wind comes from. Do you like this, or do you think ducktail is the way to go? Not 100% sure. Anyways, underneath that rests a blackened out brake light, the third brake light, as well as your side brake lights. A little bit of a shadowed look, or a smoked look rather, and the carbon fiber caps over there, and then also this outlet over here for the air. That's also in carbon fiber. This sort of centerpiece over there, and then the whole rear diffuser, all in carbon fiber. The exhaust tips, they're not in carbon fiber, but it does have a complete sport exhaust system. And that's a very, very important thing to talk about just very briefly, because in one of the videos, I'm not sure if it's online already, with that pista that we drove in Johannesburg, it was sort of in the process of being rebuilt, and it had so many Novitec parts fitted, including the power upgrade, and you actually see how it gets done in the video. But at that point in time in Johannesburg, they didn't have the downpipes for it. It was on order. And I said, we've got to film this because I have to leave. And so I filmed it with an exhaust system, a sport exhaust system, but without the downpipes. And that makes a huge difference when it comes to the N-tronic system and the maximum power that you will receive when you actually add that to your car. If you do not have a sports exhaust system that complements the N-tronic, then in conjunction with each other, it won't get to that peak power performance. As I drove the car, I said, something's just wrong. It's stifled, it can't breathe. And that is obviously the reason, not to mention the fact that it makes a big difference to the sound. Speaking of which, if you want to hear what this car sounds like, listen to this. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on this little midweek special over here. We're not going to take the car out for a drive because the owner's sitting there, probably looking at me, waiting for me to finish so he can go home. But if you want to see more of these videos and some of the ones where we actually drive and you can be a virtual passenger with me in the car, then hop over to our YouTube channel and become a subscriber to the Novitec Group Supercar Diaries YouTube channel. Hit that little notification bell, you'll be reminded, and YouTube will recommend. Yes, you can also follow us on Instagram, me personally at Bjorn de Kok, and then Novitec at Novitec Group, and as of late also on TikTok under the same names. I'll see you guys in the next movie, and if you feel like you really want to be wearing a really cool merchandise Novitec shirt like this one, I thought I'll take Miami because it has absolutely nothing to do with this car. I just forgot to put on another one. Then you can find that on our website. We're going to put up a Shopify store soon that we link to the account, but otherwise for now, hop over to our Novitec website. That's novitec.com or novitecgroup.com for the merchandise. Brother, am I talking like a massacant? It's a massacant. See you guys in the next one. Ciao.